Having some hard traveling, I thought you knowed. I've been having some hard traveling way down the road. I've been having some hard traveling, hard.
Man. Stupid HobO-GT. Can't believe they want us to take 4 days of testing and then come in on a Friday and expect me to pass the social studies test. What do they think I am? Some kind of machine? Man, that's it. I'm done. I'm just gonna live out here, man.
What's that, Steamtrain? By gum, I think you're right. Come on. I'd have never believed it myself, Steamtrain, but I do believe you're right. That's a sure sign of a young man who's struggling with the HobO-GT. But where is he? There he is. Say, son, why the long face?
Man, who are you guys?
My Christian name's Dr. Dean Triptrap, but folks these days tend to call me Dr. Hobo Gene T.
Doctor what?
Don't get all excited, son. It's a PhD, not an MD, okay? I was a history professor at Columbia University College. My specialization was in hobo studies of the 1930s. I was doing a bit of research on hobos traveling the rails. I got deep into it, and I lost myself somewhere along the way.
You went crazy?
No, son. I didn't go crazy. You got the wrong picture. I was looking at some pictures, looking at my studies, and I found that I couldn't read anything on the page anymore. And I found what I was writing was all in hobo symbols. So I took some down and I said to myself, Gene, what's happening to you? And I realized I knew it then what had happened. I'd gone native.
All right, so who's this other guy with you then?
This here's Steamtrain. He's the greatest graduate assistant I've ever had in my life. He was a PhD candidate studying the interactions between hobos and cans of beans. Especially was a move they call the hobo hook. Very interesting stuff, really. He was on the move for a breakthrough when he went off the deep end with me. I'm sorry, Steamtrain.
So, what's this have to do with me?
Don't you see, son? It's the hobo glyph on your t-shirt and on your necklace. I saw it over there on that tree, and it brought me right to you. I follow the hobo signs all along this river.
So, you're just a crazy bum. What's that? I drew it, but it doesn't have anything to do with me.
No, son, you don't understand. It's a sign of a young man who needs help with the HobO-GT. And a hobo always follows a hobo code.
So, what do you know about the HobO-GT?
Sir, I know more than you think. They don't call me Hobo Gene T for nothing. All right, son, come with me, take my hand. We gotta get out of here before Steamtrain gathers enough materials to make a hobo IED to get that can open. Here's some study tips for passing the HobO-GT. Industrialization is a change from hand-making things to mass production in factories. Industrialization led to a higher standard of living and lower prices for many goods and services. Industrialization led to lots of immigration. People moving into the United States from Southern and Eastern Europe. Isn't that right, Steamtrain? This massive influx of immigrants led to a phenomenon called urbanization, or the growth of cities. Now keep in mind, cities are always growing, and so are the suburbs. But rural areas are never growing. Now, of course, industrialization also led to a phenomenon known as imperialism or colonialism. And this is where stronger countries take over weaker ones. Why, you might ask? They do it for new markets and more resources, such as raw materials. It's always bad for the people getting taken over. Another area you want to focus on is the Enlightenment. Things like the social contract, where governments have to respond to the desires of the people, or the people can replace them. Other thoughts, things like natural rights. These are rights that cannot be taken away from people. For example, life, liberty, or freedom, and property. Any juggalo that wants to pass the HobO-GT needs to understand economic systems. For example, the market economy or capitalism. No government involvement. It's all private ownership. This is what we know as laissez-faire. Now, a command economy or communism, you know what they had in that USSR, is government makes all the economic decisions. A mixed market economy like we got in the good old US of A is some government involvement and private ownership. It's a mixture. It's what we think of as a lukewarm bathwater. Not too hot, not too cold. How about some test-taking tips for you? Multiple choice, you want to eliminate options as you go. Now, Steamtrain's a master of this. This is about ingenuity and problem solving. So you want to read maps and graphs carefully. All the info you need is right in the question. In reading passages, all the info you need is right in the question. Don't miss those. And when it comes time for an extended response, you want to read the question carefully and answer every part of the question. Don't leave anything out. And above all, you gotta write something. Ain't that right, Steamtrain? Now, most important of all is take your time. You got 2 hours and you can't do nothing else. So take your time, read everything carefully, read it twice and even thrice. And best of all, good luck to you.
Gene, Steamtrain, guess what? Guess what? I passed the HobO-GT. You guys were right. Steamtrain, you were right. It was all about problem solving.
By gum, I knew you could do it.
Got a nice warm boxcar, safe from all this wind and snow. I know the police cause you trouble. They cause trouble everywhere. But when you die and go to heaven, you find no policeman there. Oh, go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town slip slowly by.
What is a juggalo? He's a graduate. What is a juggalo? He's a graduate.